So I set a like goal of 30 likes, which was slightly higher than my best performing video at the time, and it's safe to say you guys destroyed that like target, so I'm a man of my word. Here's 10 more quick and easy platinum trophies to bump up your profiles. Again, no shovelware, nothing that'll make your parents ashamed. Quick, easy platinums that I've got myself and had a decent time with. So if you're new around here, or find yourself coming back for more platinum trophies, please hit that big red button so you don't miss more platinum trophy suggestions. And I'm not going to go crazy with the next like goal, so let's say 50 likes on this video and I'll release another 10 for you guys. But let's not waste any more time and let's jump into the video. Rime is an adventure puzzle video game developed by Tequila Works and released in 2017. The game follows a boy searching a mysterious island with a fox-like spirit guide. There are 5 relatively large levels, which you'll have to solve environmental puzzles. The game mainly focuses on the 5 stages of grief, and the story can be quite emotional, but is beautifully told. The platinum can be achieved in 8 hours, and only has a difficulty rating of 2 out of 10, making it ideal for a story-focused player who doesn't mind a couple of puzzles to solve. The art style is beautiful, and sometimes you may take a moment just to look around and take it all in. It's a game I gave a chance and I'm glad I did, and I hope you do too. I mean, what's there to say about Spyro that you probably don't already know? Most of you probably already have this platinum, plus the second and third game which all come under 10 hours each. But if you haven't got them, or been on the fence, you can get all 3 platinum trophies in about 24 hours total. Developed by Toys for Bob, who also remade the Insane trilogy and Crash 4, the Spyro platinums are nowhere near as difficult as those though. The flying races are probably the hardest part of the trilogy, but there's guides online for the most optimised routes, and a bit of practice goes a long way. When I saw this game in the store, I had to look it up, but unfortunately there's not a lot of info or guides about it online. But I gave it a go and found a guide to follow and really enjoyed my time with it, to the point I bought and completed the DLC also. It's a point and click adventure game with a noir detective feel, where you play as Amber searching for her missing brother. She enlists the help of Detective Ted E. Beer and mixes drama and humour quite well. The game will probably take about 3 to 4 hours if you follow a guide and enjoy the story, but can be done quicker if you really want to. So if you have fond memories of the old point and click games like Broken Sword and Pyjama Sam, you'll enjoy this one. What Remains of Edith Finch is a first-person exploration game developed by Giant Sparrow and released in 2017. You play as Edith as she revisits her childhood home, learning the mysteries of her family's passing through intriguing storytelling and gameplay techniques. Each one normally has a trophy tied to doing a specific thing during the cutaways, so make sure to consult the guide while playing, should you only want to do one playthrough. The game won multiple awards at the Game Awards, and its story is very engrossing. With a 2 out of 10 and only taking about 2 hours, this is a lovely short game with an easy platinum that you can enjoy in one sitting and you won't be disappointed in giving it a chance. A 5-episode story here, not too dissimilar to a Telltale game. The game revolves around a rewind mechanic. The main character Max learns she has the superpower to turn back time. It's a game with some very heavy topics that may trigger some people, but will have you engaged until its epic finale. Unlike Telltale games, there are missable trophies where you have to photograph specific things in each chapter, so a guide is recommended to keep an eye on that. But should you wish to experience everything unspoilt, you can replay chapters and clean up anything you've missed. It has a 1 out of 10 difficulty, and with a guide should take 10 hours. I guarantee it'll leave a lasting impression on you. My first horror recommendation, so it may not be to everyone's taste, but I love the Saw series, and I saw this at my local shop and remember playing it years ago, so grabbed both 1 and 2. Set between arguably the 2 best movies, Saw 1 and 2, you play as Detective Tapp, who's been healed by Jigsaw and finds he has to navigate through a hospital of terror to confront John Kramer. The game feels more like an escape room than a proper Saw experience, with some added action mixed in, but overall I enjoyed my time with it. There's no PSN profiles guide for it, but I'd say it's probably a 3 out of 10, and should take between 8 to 10 hours. So if you've been looking for an easy horror game to add to your list, this just might be the one for you. I think everyone's probably heard of this, a bit like Spyro but for completely different reasons. You take control of a goat in a completely wacky and bonkers universe. The trophy list can be done pretty much whenever you want, with collectibles being the only slight drag. PSN Profiles has it as a 5 out of 10 and taking 2 hours, but arguably it's definitely not that hard. The only trophy that may give you an issue is Flappy Goat, a play on the fad Flappy Bird. You can't zoom in to play and the hitbox is slightly off, whereas I struggled a little with getting this trophy. A lot of people I know did it in minutes. Set in a steampunk-esque world, Teslagrad is a 2.5D platformer. You make your way up a tower, uncovering the history of the world with a few action sequences. Make sure to follow a guide for the collectibles, especially for one where you have to race up a pathway to grab it before it disappears. The game isn't too difficult, despite the 5 out of 10 PSN Profile states it is, especially if you like your platforming games. And it only takes 4 hours. I'm not the greatest platformer, and I still achieved the platinum in under 10 hours, so if this appeals to you, you'll enjoy it. Another point-and-click adventure game here, and also another steampunk-esque world with a bit more going on than Bear With Me. It's a story of espionage, and again I highly recommend following a guide as some of the puzzles can be a tad confusing. Again, no PSN Profiles guide here, but the game with a guide is a 1 out of 10 and should take between 2 to 6 hours. At most, depending on how much you're intrigued by the story. This one didn't quite grab my attention as much as the others, but it's still a well-made game with intriguing elements. I enjoy my detective games, whether they're more mainstream like LA Noire or Sherlock, or hidden gems. This probably sits in the middle as Poirot is more to the taste of your nan, but The First Cases was a classic whodunit set in a large mansion, where you uncover clues, interrogate the guests, and solve the case. Another game where there's no PSN Profiles guide, but there are guides online should you want to follow one. The difficulty is about a 2 out of 10, and the platinum should take you about 4 to 6 hours with a guide. So if you're a detective lover like me, you'll have a great time here. I'm always trying to find similar games like these, so if anyone has any recommendations, let me know. And that's it, another 10 quick and easy platinums that are hopefully new and intrigue your interest. If you've not seen my last 10 easy platinum video, it should be on the screen right now, so go check it out. If you've got to the end of the video, thank you so much for watching and all the support. The last week has seen so many of you find me. If you haven't yet subscribed, please consider doing so. Trophy hunting is really elevating my gaming experience, and it's so cool to interact with you guys and share my experiences and knowledge. Hope you've had a great week, and I'll catch you soon for another video.